That day Luo Feng sent Hong back to Bushka's mansion. Before he left, he instructed Luo Feng, "Third brother, I need your help with this matter. However, you have to be clear on what's going on, don't do anything rash. If you really cause any harm to Ji Qing then I'll—" "Big brother, I understand this." Luo Feng nodded. This was also the reason why Luo Feng didn't reveal his identity. When Ji Deng came, Luo Feng slightly changed his facial muscles to prevent Ji Deng from recognizing him. No matter what, right now wasn't the time to meet Silver Snow official Tian Song. Luo Feng didn't dare be rash about his big brother's matter. There were countless examples of good intentions causing trouble. Time passed. Even though Luo Feng had arrived on Jade Dome Planet, he had remained in Swallow Mountain Villa, soaking in the nutrition cabin. He hasn't left yet. That Hong, he's still staying in Bushka's family? Ji Deng walked about in the large hall. This youth is also an exceptional genius from the Universe Country Genius Battle. This sort of genius, his pride should be extremely strong. Whether it's for his pride or for his laughable love, my word should have made him leave early. Master, he has indeed been staying in Bushka's family. A dark red-skinned skinny man knelt and said respectfully, "Bastard." Ji Deng's eyes seemed like they were about to spit fire. He really wanted to bring his men to kill Hong. However, he was clear, since even the head ancestor Silver Snow official didn't send anyone to make a move, then no one under him would dare make a move. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Under Ji Deng's anxious anticipation, Hong had remained in Bushka's family, not leaving at all. This made Ji Deng furious. And during this period of time, Luo Feng silently stayed in Swallow Mountain Villa. Swallow Mountain Villa, main building's meditation room. A nourishment cabin was placed in the corner of the quiet room, and beautiful vines with many colors filled the entire quiet room. The main vines and leaves were faintly glowing, and all the long vines and leaves were quietly changing, their color and appearance constantly changing. "Your Majesty." Dylan's voice pierced through the walls and resounded within the room. "Ka-ka." The nutrition cabin's door automatically opened and a naked black-haired man with an almost perfect body stood up from the cold and precious nutrition fluid. Simultaneously a green armor covered his body. This level 4 genetic energy armor was sent over by the Virtual Universe Company. These items, the Virtual Universe Company provided them to their core members for free. Whoosh. Many of the vines that covered the walls of the meditation room suddenly rushed over and wrapped around Luo Feng's arm. "Mo Yun." Luo Feng gently caressed the leaf, smiling, "During this period of time, you can slowly evolve. Once you're done, it won't be too late to battle with me." Immediately the erect vine drooped down slightly as if it was nodding. At the same time the cloud contact vine's strong attachment came from his consciousness. It was like a child's attachment to its parents. Soon. In another 2 months you will be able to successfully transform. Luo Feng wore a green armor on the inside and a silver armor on the outside. He pushed open the door and walked out. "Your Highness." Dylan stood at the door and bowed, smiling, "Congratulations Your Majesty on reaching Domain Lord level 8. I'm still a little away from level 9. Luo Feng smiled. Because from Domain Lord level 1 to level 9, the higher the level the more energy one had to accumulate. Especially the last 3 levels required the most energy. For Luo Feng to reach the pinnacle of Domain Lord level 9, theoretically he would need about 6 months. However, he had already spent 4 months. He estimated he still needed another 2 months. "Your Majesty, the Virtual Universe Company's people are downstairs." Dylan said. Let's go." Luo Feng nodded and quickly arrived at the main building's first-level living room. 3 white-robed men stood there. As they saw Luo Feng and Dylan descend, they immediately bowed respectfully, "Your Majesty." "Haha, meeting you all makes me happy." Luo Feng's eyes were filled with anticipation. "Has my universe ship been repaired and modified?" "Yes, Your Majesty." The leading white-robed old man said apologetically. The main thing was that the modification department spent a little more time. Hence it was only delivered now, please forgive me. "No problem, let's go to the underground warehouse." Luo Feng couldn't help but say, "Let me take a good look at it." "Yes." Luo Feng and Dylan along with the 3 white-robed men arrived at an incredibly spacious underground warehouse. The leading white-robed old man bowed to Luo Feng, "Your Majesty, look." As he said that, he pointed ahead. Immediately a blood-colored triangular ship appeared on the ground of the warehouse. The ship's powerful energy caused the surrounding space to tremble. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed as he stared at the ship. The Yun Planet ship was a huge ship with a diameter of 800 m. This triangular ship's 3 corners were extremely thin and sharp, and the entire ship's body was covered with faint engravings that could not be seen with the naked eye. These engravings naturally gave the Yun Planet ship an even more terrifying aura. Without a doubt, such a ship, the moment it accelerated, even a meteorite cluster would be like tofu before it, slicing it apart. It wouldn't even affect its speed much. "Your Majesty Luo Feng, this ship's entire body is made from the F9 grade hybrid copper essence. Along with the perfect origin law engravings by our Virtual Universe Company's masters, its defense has already reached an extremely shocking level. Even an Emperor-level undying would find it extremely hard to break through this ship." The white-robed old man pointed at the ship and smiled. "This ship, as long as it absorbs an undying metal life, then it'll definitely be worthy of an Emperor-level undying." Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. Yun Planet ship? The repaired Yun Planet ship would accompany him for a very long time. LuoFeng, hurry in. Babata urged. Under the white-robed old man's lead, LuoFeng found out how powerful the repaired Yun-Mo Planet ship was. The ship's body's defense has been raised. Along with the energy shield's modifications, its defense has been raised by close to 40%. On the screen in the control room, Babata's head appeared. Babata said excitedly, the ship's acceleration and turning speed have been raised by close to 80%. Its highest flight speed has even reached a shocking 50 times light speed. This Virtual Universe Company's technology is simply too powerful. From a certain perspective, the Virtual Universe Company has already excavated the Yun-Mo Planet ship's potential to its maximum. If we want to improve the Yun-Mo Planet ship again, the best way is to let an immortal rank metallic life form fuse with this ship and give it life characteristics. Haha. After so many years, I can finally control the Yun-Mo Planet ship again. On the screen, Babata was incomparably excited. Suddenly he became sad and solemn. But Master Luo Feng. Babata looked at Luo Feng, his eyes gleaming. You must avenge Master in the future. Luo Feng nodded. Definitely. Babata looked at Luo Feng and thought back on Earth, the youth who carefully discovered the Yun-Mo Planet ship and snuck into the ship. Back then it was purely because it had no better choice that it allowed Luo Feng to accept Hu Yenbo's inheritance, becoming Hu Yenbo's only living disciple. Back then, Babata even forbade Luo Feng from asking about Hu Yenbo's enemies, because Babata didn't even dare to think that one day Luo Feng would be able to avenge Hu Yenbo. However now, Babata saw hope. The three great bodies have heaven-defying talents, shocking willpower, a strong background, the Virtual Universe Company's meticulous nurturing. Luo Feng, he definitely has hope to become an emperor-level undying. When that time comes, he will be able to kill that bastard. Babata prayed. Luo Feng, however, was constantly observing the ship. The Yun-Mo Planet ship was just like the Universe Galaxy Bank's secret room structure. It could block spirit energy and other types of scanning. With the Yun-Mo Planet ship's many systems, unless an undying could forcefully send his god energy in, anyone below undying level would be unable to do soul attacks. Entering this ship, it's really safe. Luo Feng thought, when he becomes an undying, the Masha clansmen will have no fear of soul attacks. The Yun-Mo Planet ship's defense is extremely strong. The two combined is a trump card combination. Good news came one after another. When Luo Feng acquired his life and death companion, the Yun-Mo Planet ship, on the second day, the Virtual Universe Company's official appointment was finally announced. Virtual Universe Yuxiang Mountain Primal Region, Luo Feng's villa. Within his study, Luo Feng sat before his desk, looking at his laptop screen as he received the official notification. It was the appointment from the Virtual Universe Company. Luo Feng, from today onwards, you are the Virtual Universe Company's Supervisor Envoy stationed in the Ganwu Department. You have the authority to investigate and monitor the military department, business department and army. Babata shouted from his shoulder, Luo Feng, from now onwards, the three tycoons of the Ganwu Department will have to fear you. Luo Feng looked at the contents of the appointment. The appointment was simple. This assignment was a Domain Lord level test. Just this job alone, when Luo Feng reached Sector Lord level, he would immediately receive 100k points. During this period, our Virtual Universe Company will occasionally send out special missions for you to carry out. Every job will have a corresponding point reward. This was one of the words in the mail. Obviously. During the period of nurturing, Universe-level geniuses could carry out training missions, Domain Lord-level geniuses could carry out various jobs, Sector Lord-level geniuses could carry out life and death missions. These would all bring about points rewards. The appointment has been announced. The Ganwu Department will also receive the notification. LuoFeng's eyes gleamed. Right now it's time for me to take up the appointment and visit the three tycoons. With the appointment, LuoFeng's status was naturally different. The moment the order is officially given, I can actually directly teleport from my villa to the Ganwu Department in the virtual universe. Luo Feng looked at the detailed details of the mail on the screen. After memorizing all the important rules, he couldn't help but nod in satisfaction. To the Ganwu Department. LuoFeng's thoughts moved. Shwa. He immediately vanished from his desk and teleported to the Ganwu Department in the virtual universe. Within the virtual universe there was a main space. This space had many continents, and every continent represented a universe country. Surrounding these continents were densely packed islands. These islands either represented middle-level civilizations or special locations. Like the Ganwu continent's Black Dragon Mountain Island, that was where the citizens of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire would normally go after entering the virtual universe network. Ganwu continent's Amethyst Island. This was an incomparably beautiful island made entirely out of amethyst. The entire island's area wasn't inferior to the Black Dragon Mountain Island at all. On the island, there were countless palaces made out of amethyst. Each palace's height and grandeur were clearly differentiated. In the center, the Amethyst Palace that was over 10,000 kilometers tall was the most eye-catching one. Under the sunlight, this majestic Amethyst Palace reflected all sorts of beautiful colors. This Amethyst Island was the Virtual Universe Company's office in the Ganwu Department. As the universe was simply too vast, the office was naturally located in the virtual universe. Everything is normal. However, the headquarters suddenly sent a Supervisor Envoy over. This Luo Feng, why is he in such a rush to break through to the Domain Lord level? Within the huge hall, there was a huge round table with a diameter of over 1000 m. Beside the table were 3 huge thrones. At this time there was a person sitting on each throne. The one speaking was an ape-man with fur on his face. He was dressed in an exquisite and beautiful purple robe, frowning as he spoke. Chi chi chi. His purple robe emanated threads of purple lightning. What's the use of you being unhappy? Even if this Luo Feng doesn't break through to the domain lord level right now, in a few thousand years, he'll still become one. His home is also the Ganwu universe country. When the time comes, he'll still come to our Ganwu department as a supervisor envoy. With long golden hair that glowed like the sun, and 3 golden feathers on his head, this devilishly handsome man said with disdain. Purple lightning marquis, gold feather marquis. A gentle voice resounded. It was a barefooted young lady covered in a black veil. Her gaze seemed to cause the space around her to distort. The order has been given, this Luo Feng will soon take over. There's no point in arguing here at this time. The ape-man purple lightning marquis and the evil-looking golden feather marquis looked over. Luo Feng's identity is the supervisor envoy, he has the authority to investigate the many things we've done. I'm afraid he'll find evidence against us, said the black-masked lady softly. The purple lightning marquis is in charge of the commerce department. There are many messy transactions within the commerce department. No matter how good the accounts are and how much evidence has been destroyed, if someone were to seriously investigate, aha monkey, even if you aren't imprisoned in the Starfield prison, you will still be able to escape. You have to go to the foreign battlefield to atone for your crimes. The evil man chuckled. Is your warriors department clean? The ape-man looked at the evil man coldly. It's still better than your business department. The evil-looking man raised his eyebrows. All right. The black-masked lady creased her eyebrows, ordering softly. Immediately the two looked at the black-masked lady. She seemed a little angry. There are some things that can't be avoided. As long as the supervisor envoy is determined to investigate with enough time, he'll definitely find some problems. Even if the problems aren't serious, removing us from our positions won't be a problem. The ape-man and the gold-haired evil man nodded in agreement. No matter what, we have to keep our positions. The ape-man said seriously. The 3 tycoons of the Ganwu department, what kind of status did they have? They held great authority. They were much stronger than normal official level undyings. The warriors department, the business department and the army, actually the hardest and safest to investigate was the army. Because the army was simply too huge and it was jointly managed with the Ganwu universe country. If the supervisor envoy wanted to investigate the army, he would have to go through the upper echelons of the Ganwu universe country. It would be extremely complicated. It would be much easier for the warriors and business department to investigate. Firstly, that Luo Feng isn't an idiot. If he's determined to investigate, that's forcing us to go against him. The black-masked lady said softly, this won't do him any good. If he dares to do that, we'll kill him in secret. The gold-haired evil man said coldly. Kill? The ape-man sneered. Gold feather official, do you think his teacher True Yen is an idiot? True Yen is a being second only to the Holy Lord amongst the ape-man race, and he's extremely tyrannical and famous for being protective. If you really dare to kill him in secret, unless you've done it flawlessly, even wiping your own memories and not letting True Yen find out, otherwise, you're dead. The gold-haired evil man squinted. True Yen? Killing him, gold feather official, was as easy as killing an ant. All of you wake up, this Luo Feng made it into the primal region in his first qualification battle. Such a genius, he'll definitely be noticed by the upper echelons of the headquarters. The black-masked lady said coldly, and he still has that True Yen Emperor behind him. Even if we make a move, we'll at most teach him a lesson and let him suffer a little. We definitely can't kill him. The moment we do, that'll be the end of us. The ape-man and the gold-haired evil man nodded. We have no other way. The black-masked lady pointed into space and a screen appeared. On it was a detailed plan. These are the 3 plans my underlings have written, take a look. The two looked. After looking, the two exchanged glances. Let's hope that Luo Feng is a smart man. That way he'll be able to enjoy his time as the supervisor envoy and enjoy himself. The 3 of us won't have to worry too much. Otherwise, we'll all suffer together. The gold-haired evil man snorted softly. After a while, beep, 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 beep. A piercing alarm resounded within the hall. The 3 tycoons stood up fiercely. He's here. The black-masked lady said softly, let's go, we have to passionately welcome the supervisor envoy. Right, passionately welcome. The ape-man nodded. Extremely passionately. The gold-haired evil man intentionally revealed his most friendly smile. Amethyst Island's easternmost area was an amethyst reef that was a few tens of square meters. A beautiful light shot into the sky and Luo Feng appeared on it. This is the Ganwu Department's office in the virtual universe? Luo Feng was dazzled by the light that shone on the island. The entire island was simply a huge work of art. Under the sunlight, the amethyst palaces were indeed beautiful enough to make one's heart tremble. So, Luo Feng immediately flew up and headed towards the center of the island. As the island was simply too huge, comparable to the Black Dragon Mountain Island. After flying for about 100,000 kilometers, Luo Feng saw the huge amethyst plaza filled with a blur of silhouettes. With a glance, he couldn't see the end of it. At the front of the blur of silhouettes stood 3 silhouettes. Dressed in a luxurious purple robe, the ape-man seemed very elegant. He had a smile on his face and his body was surrounded by purple lightning. A man with an incomparably glaring golden long hair. His smile was resplendent and his entire being was like the sun that made one feel warm. A barefooted lady dressed in a black robe. Her casual allure made Luo Feng feel good even though he knew it was a lure. "Welcome Supervisor Envoy Mr. Luo Feng." The black-robed lady smiled. Wah! The blur of silhouettes that one couldn't see the end of all of them knelt down and shouted respectfully, "Greetings Your Majesty Luo Feng." "Greetings Your Majesty Luo Feng." The hundreds of undyings bowed. "Luo Feng, welcome to our Ganwu Department." The black-robed lady smiled and said, "Luo Feng, I've long heard of your name. To be able to make it into the primal region in such a short time, I'm impressed, truly impressed." The golden-haired man's smile was resplendent. His entire being seemed very friendly and warm. "Ah, Luo Feng, I'm from the Crown Yen clan of the Ape-Man race. Your teacher True Yen is the greatest being of the Kahan clan. I've admired him since young and have always treated him as my target. To be able to see his disciple today, I'm really happy." Ah. The ape-man was extremely passionate. Luo Feng stood there looking at the three tycoons' passionate welcome, the hundreds of undyings bowing respectfully and the countless people kneeling down. He was stunned. This Ganwu Department's welcome was simply too grand. And these three tycoons were all official level undyings. In terms of position they weren't any lower than him, yet they were so passionate? "Luo Feng." The black-robed lady walked over and smiled. "Let me introduce you. I know the three of you." Luo Feng spoke immediately looking at the black-robed lady. "You should be the head of the army department, Black Yen official Wei Sa." The black-robed lady smiled and nodded. "You should be the head of the military department, Gold Feather official Ai Fu." Luo Feng looked at the golden-haired man who smiled and nodded. "You should be the head of the business department, Purple Lightning official Zhen Qian." Luo Feng looked at the ape-man. He laughed loudly and nodded. "Looks like Luo Feng understands the three of us quite a bit. Even before you've arrived, you've already understood us quite a bit. With your scouting abilities, this supervisor envoy job will definitely be very easy. I'll have to trouble the three of you to help me." Luo Feng smiled. "Of course. Definitely. It's my duty." The three magnates smiled and nodded. "Luo Feng, let me introduce you." The black-robed lady smiled and pointed at the blur of silhouettes and the undyings bowing respectfully behind her. "Our Ganwu Department, because we need to manage the over 10,000 star fields of the Ganwu universe country, over 100 million galaxies. So other than us three ministers, there are 322 other undyings as well as important people in charge of star fields and galaxies, a total of 820 million people, all here." Luo Feng held his breath. Looking at the endless number of people kneeling in front of him, it turned out that there were 820 million people. No wonder even his own vision could not see them clearly. Luo Feng's gaze swept past the 322 undyings. He suddenly saw a green-skinned old man with a head full of wrinkles. He was shocked within. "Man Luo? This old man." It was the old man Luo Feng frequently saw back in the Black Dragon Mountain Island killing fields. "Luo Feng." Man Luo saw Luo Feng look over. As an undying his memory was very good. He revealed a friendly smile. Luo Feng smiled and nodded. Back then, that huge figure man Luo from the killing fields had actually become his underling. Luo Feng felt that things were very mysterious. "Black Yen official." Luo Feng looked at the three tycoons beside him and said softly, "There's no need to keep everyone kneeling, let them disperse." "Luo Feng, you are indeed kind and merciful." Gold Feather official Ai Fu smiled. Luo Feng's heart trembled. His actions were called kind and merciful? This military department head Gold Feather official Ai Fu's passion. Luo Feng couldn't take it anymore. The black-robed lady ordered, "Disperse." That gentle voice reverberated throughout the entire Amethyst Island. Yes. The 820 million heads in charge of the many starfields and over 100 million galaxies bowed respectfully, after which they became beams of light and flew towards the various directions of the island. "Fellow undyings, follow the three of us and accompany the supervisor envoy Luo Feng to have a good look at the island and the operations of the Ganwu Department." The black-robed lady ordered. Including Man Luo, the 322 undyings all bowed. Man Luo and the 322 undyings followed behind Luo Feng, Gold Feather official, Black Yen official and Purple Lightning official, these four tycoons. The moment it involved their subordinates, these undyings would have to immediately step out to explain. Back then, that punk that participated in the genius battle, when he first appeared in the killing fields with his big brother and second brother, he was so young. Even during the genius battle, he wasn't that strong. Who would have thought that in the blink of an eye, 200 years later, he'd become the fourth tycoon of the Ganwu Department? Man Luo looked at Luo Feng and exclaimed within, "Purple Lightning official and the other two must be incredibly passionate," making Luo Feng happy. Otherwise, if Luo Feng were to fall out, the three of them wouldn't have a good time. "Man Luo." The ape-man Purple Lightning official roared. "Head." Man Luo walked to the front and bowed. "The Black Dragon Mountain Starfield's business department is under you." Purple Lightning official Zhen Qian glanced at Man Luo. "LuoFeng's home is from the Black Dragon Mountain Starfield. He wants to know more about the situation there. You give him an answer." "Yes." Man Luo bowed slightly. "Mr. Man Luo, long time no see." Luo Feng turned and smiled at Man Luo. "Indeed, it has been a long time since we last met." Your Highness, Man Luo is very surprised. Man Luo said with a smile. Okay, we'll talk as we walk. LuoFeng nodded. Within the main palace of Amethyst Island, LuoFeng was accompanied by Purple Lightning Official, Gold Feather Official and Black Yen Official, along with over 300 undyings, touring the important departments of the Ganwu Department. LuoFeng could also ask a few simple questions to gain a basic understanding of the Ganwu Department's operations. There was a resting hall in the palace. Purple Lightning Official, Gold Feather Official, Black Yen Official and LuoFeng were gathered together. The other undyings had already retreated. If I didn't look, I wouldn't have known, but with one look, the power of the Virtual Universe Company is everywhere. It's really shocking. LuoFeng picked up the precious fruit before him, chewing on it as he said, the entire Ganwu Universe country's livelihood, economy etc. has been completely controlled by the Virtual Universe Company. Of course. Ape-Man Purple Lightning Official smiled. Humanity's 5 great leviathans, the Universe Mercenary Alliance values the strong, the Universe First Bank and Universe Galaxy Bank are mainly in charge of bank storage and investment business. The Battleaxe Dojo also values the strong, only our Virtual Universe Company controls the entire economy of humanity. The 1008 Universe country's economy is completely controlled by our Virtual Universe Company. LuoFeng exclaimed. The Virtual Universe Company was indeed very powerful. It seemed like the universe had many large corporations, businesses, powers etc., however all of them were controlled by the Virtual Universe Company. Just like those companies that created virtual games, all of their games required a virtual space, they all had to rent it from the Virtual Universe Company. Like the slaughterhouses, they were all monopolized. Even the Battleaxe Dojo's broadcasts in the Virtual Universe Network required money from the Virtual Universe Company. Anyway, humanity couldn't leave the Virtual Universe Network. Hence, the Virtual Universe Company controlled the entire economy of humanity. Even the Universe Army was split 50-50 with the Battleaxe Dojo, each controlling 504 Universe countries' armies. Any country, any family, any organization, as long as they want to develop, they have to work with our Virtual Universe Company. Ape-Man Purple Lightning Official's eyes were filled with confidence. Even the other 4 Leviathans work with us, much less those countries and families. In terms of business, our Virtual Universe Company has an absolute monopoly. Economic control, countless treasures, strong as the clouds, hence the number of geniuses our Virtual Universe Company absorbs every year, is the highest amongst the 5 Leviathans. Gold Feather Official said confidently. In the Ganwu Universe Country, our Ganwu Department has half of the control. The other half belongs to the Ganwu Universe Country leader. The black-robed lady said softly. The 3 tycoons, their words were filled with absolute confidence. LuoFeng couldn't help but tremble within. He truly felt the power and control of the Virtual Universe Company. No wonder the Ganwu Universe Country leader couldn't wait to send all the geniuses in the universe countries during the genius battles. From the looks of it now, the Ganwu Universe Country leader could very well be a member of the Virtual Universe Company. LuoFeng, when are you coming to the Ganwu Universe Country? The black-robed lady smiled. Right, when are you arriving? The golden-haired man and the ape-man looked expectantly at LuoFeng. I've already reached Jade Dome Planet. LuoFeng said. What? The 3 tycoons were shocked. The primal region was extremely far from the Ganwu Universe Country. Even in a universe ship, even an extremely powerful one, it would still take 1 to 2 years. You've actually reached Jade Dome Planet, and you didn't even tell us beforehand. Ape-Man Purple Lightning Official's face was filled with smiles. This is your fault. You are the Supervisor Envoy sent by the headquarters, you represent the headquarters. How can you just come to the Ganwu Universe Country without a word? Gold Feather Official, Black Yen Official, we should follow the rules and prepare a welcoming feast for LuoFeng. Right. The black-robed lady nodded. Of course we have to prepare a welcoming feast and it has to be very grand. We have to use this welcoming feast to announce to the upper echelons of the Ganwu Universe Country. Our Ganwu Department Supervisor Envoy LuoFeng has arrived. Gold Feather Official said. Leave this to me. Ape-Man Purple Lightning Official said. Your business department will be in charge of this, there definitely won't be a problem. Gold Feather Official said. However, we have to show LuoFeng's identity. He is a primal region member, the Supervisor Envoy sent by the headquarters. The scale of the banquet has to be high too. Don't let those bullshit small families come and join in the fun. LuoFeng didn't know whether to laugh or cry. The 3 of you, there's no need. LuoFeng opened his mouth. What do you mean there's no need? It's very necessary. The ape-man said, LuoFeng, this isn't just your personal face, it's our Ganwu Department's face, it's the entire Virtual Universe Company headquarters face. It's also your teacher Tru Yan's face. LuoFeng was completely speechless. Leave this to us. Gold Feather Official said confidently. Let the scale be small, I don't like it too crowded, we'll do it within Jade Dome Planet. LuoFeng said. Small scale, don't like it too crowded? Alright, no problem. Ape-Man Purple Lightning Official as the head of the business department patted his chest and guaranteed. The Virtual Universe Company Ganwu Department had a very high position in the Ganwu Universe Country. As the Ganwu Department represented the Virtual Universe Company, it had some management over the entire Ganwu Universe Country. Even though on the surface it was the Ganwu Country's manager. However, even the Ganwu Country leader had to listen to the Virtual Universe Company. This resulted in 1008 universe countries. Any one of the departments would attract many official-level undyings to fight to become the department head. The 3 department heads, all of them had high positions. Compared to the 300 emperor officials, they were much stronger. An invitation from the Ganwu division? The headquarters is sending a supervisor envoy to join the Ganwu Department? No wonder the 3 tycoons are so anxious. A banquet hosted by the 3 tycoons, we have to give them face. When the invitation was sent out, the entire upper echelon of the Ganwu universe country was in an uproar. Invitation from the 3 tycoons of the Ganwu Department? Who would dare not go? Jade Dome Planet, Tian City, Silver Snow Official Residence. Head Ancestor. Teacher. 8 undyings bowed respectfully. Hundreds of sector lords, close to 10,000 people all knelt there. This was the true upper echelon of the Silver Snow Official Residence. Because of Ji Landang's daughter, he could barely make it into the 10,000, hence he was able to kneel at the back of the crowd. And those 8 undyings were all disciples of Silver Snow Official Ji Tiansong who broke through to become undyings over the countless years. Ji-Shur family, how many geniuses could a family produce? The entire snow border starfield had many more geniuses. Silver Snow Official had nurtured 15 undyings over the countless years, and there were only 8 in the headquarters. Rise. A cold voice almost causing the surrounding space to freeze. 8 undyings, hundreds of sector lords and close to 10,000 people all stood up respectfully. In front of them stood a man dressed in a silver-white robe, with long black hair and sideburns. This silver-robed man was just standing there. It made one feel like they were facing an endless world of ice and snow. He was Silver Snow Official. Silver Snow Official Ji Tiansong, one of the 300 emperor officials of the Ganwu universe country. The 3 tycoons of the Ganwu Department have personally sent me an invitation. Silver Snow Official's voice was cold. This is a welcome banquet for the Supervisor Envoy sent by the Virtual Universe Company headquarters. They've sent invitations to all the important families in the universe country. As the scale is limited, I'll be bringing 2 people. Below, the 8 undyings, hundreds of sector lords and close to 10,000 upper echelon elites all looked up, their hearts burning with passion. Such a high-level banquet, those who could attend were definitely the highest echelons of the Ganwu universe country. Even Silver Snow Official could only bring 2 people. Very obviously, many weaker undyings families didn't even have the right to attend. Yukon Fengyan, you 2 follow me. Silver Snow Official said indifferently. One of the undyings, along with a female sector lord amongst the hundreds of sector lords, all revealed expressions of joy, replying respectfully. Silver Snow Official glanced at the 2 and sighed within. Yukon was his favorite disciple. It was a pity that the 15 undyings under him weren't of the Ji-Shur bloodline. Feng Yan, full name Ji Feng Yan, Sector Lord Pinnacle Warrior, was the one with the highest chance of reaching undying in Ji Tiansong's eyes. It's a pity that my Ji-Shur, other than me, doesn't have a second undying. Silver Snow Official sighed within. The chances of an undying being born was simply too low. Maybe in the entire universe country, there could be over 10,000 undyings, however it was limited to 1 family, even after so many years. It was very hard for 2 undyings to appear. Everyone else leave. Silver Snow Official ordered. Yes. The 7 undyings, hundreds of sector lords and close to 10,000 family elites all left respectfully, leaving only the undying Yukon and Sector Lord Ji Feng Yan. The news of the banquet the 3 tycoons of the Ganwu Department held for the Supervisor Envoy quickly spread throughout the upper echelon of the Ganwu universe country. However, this banquet was simply too small. The level was extremely high. Only the 300 emperor officials and a few stronger undying families received the invitations. And over 90% of the undyings didn't receive an invitation, much less the sector lord families. One could see how high the level was. This made many undyings exclaim, normally we don't even have the chance to meet the 3 tycoons. Who knew this banquet would be so small? We didn't even receive an invitation. The invitation from the Ganwu Department was a symbol of status. Those who received the invitation were all the upper echelons of the Ganwu universe country. Jade Dome Planet, Swallow Mountain Villa. Study room. The vines that covered the entire walls of the room suddenly shook, because the nutrition cabin's door automatically opened. A naked, short-haired youth, Luo Feng, whose body proportions were comparable to the gods of Earth's myths and legends, stood up from the ice-cold nutrition liquid. A genetic energy armor automatically appeared on his body, and his outer appearance changed into a silver-white armor. Mo Yun. Luo Feng smiled and touched a vine that extended over. I'll go out first, you continue evolving. That vine's leaves waved up and down, almost like it was nodding. The study room door automatically opened. Luo Feng smiled as he walked out. Outside, a flash of light formed a human silhouette. It was Dylan. Your Majesty. Dylan smiled at Luo Feng. Congratulations on reaching Domain Lord level 9. I've only just reached the Domain Lord level 9, I haven't reached the pinnacle yet. Luo Feng smiled. If I had another half a month, I'd be able to reach the pinnacle. But, since tonight is the welcoming banquet, I have to come out. Your Majesty, the 3 tycoons of the Ganwu Department have indeed given Your Majesty a lot of face. This welcoming banquet? I've heard that the 3 tycoons sent out an invitation together. Which of the Ganwu universe country's officials would dare not come? Dylan smiled. Your Majesty's face is definitely earned. It's all mutual. Luo Feng smiled. They're doing this because they want me to show mercy. You can even pick bones from an egg. The Ganwu Department, since they were in charge of many things within the universe country, business, military, The implications of these were huge. To say that there were no problems at all, even the most principled person wouldn't be able to do it. After all, they could manage themselves, but it would be hard to manage their subordinates. If Luo Feng really wanted to investigate, even if the three of them were clean and above board, Luo Feng would still be able to give them a headache. Maybe Luo Feng could make use of his connections with his seniors, along with the official level undyings that wanted to be the head of the Ganwu Department to help. Luo Feng could still get rid of one or two of them. What's more, Luo Feng reckoned that these three wouldn't be too clean either. Otherwise, why would they be so passionate? Your Majesty, are you prepared to do this? Dylan looked at Luo Feng. When the water is too clear, there won't be any fish. Luo Feng smiled and headed out. Dylan was slightly stunned. When the water is too clear, there won't be any fish. Your Majesty is indeed the disciple the ancestor favors. Dylan thought within, following Luo Feng and leaving. Luo Feng brought the entire guard army and swiftly headed towards the location of the banquet. Simultaneously, Luo Feng ordered one of his sector lords to head to the Bushka family mansion and bring his big brother Hong over. After a while, Xiang Shui City had a core plot of land with a diameter of close to 1,000 kilometers. A month ago, it was still a gathering place for the members of the Virtual Universe Company. However, within this month, the core plot was swiftly dismantled and the members were moved to other locations. And within 3 days they built a luxurious villa that was close to 1,000 kilometers in area, called Luo Villa. Any Supervisor Envoy after they took up their post, the Virtual Universe Company would help them build a place to stay. As one of the 4 tycoons of the Ganwu Department, on Jade Dome Planet, a slightly larger villa that was comparable to a galaxy, building a 1,000 kilometers luxurious villa suited Luo Feng's status. Luo Feng and the others could already see the distant luxurious villa. Third brother, this is your new villa? Hong looked at the distant luxurious Luo villa. He couldn't help but be shocked. This is even bigger than the Bushka family residence. Your Majesty is the Ganwu Department Supervisor Envoy. His position is equivalent to the 3 heads. According to the size of the villa, it should be comparable to the 300 Emperor officials. Standing beside Luo Feng, Dylan smiled and explained, as he was only here as a domain lord, hence the villa he built is slightly smaller than the Silver Snow official residence. Luo Feng smiled. Go, let's enter. Luo Feng ordered. Yes, Your Majesty. A group of people followed. Luo Villa had over 1 million servants. However, within a villa with a diameter of 1,000 kilometers, over 1 million servants wasn't considered much. Your Majesty, I've been ordered by Purple Lightning Official to wait here. Your Majesty, I've been ordered by Gold Feather Official. Black Yen Official's orders. A male sector lord and 2 female sector lords stood at the entrance of the villa. When they saw Luo Feng, they all bowed respectfully. While bowing, the 3 secretly informed the 3 tycoons. So, 3 silhouettes immediately appeared at the entrance. Luo Feng. The black-robed lady shouted. Luo Feng, you really came on the last day. Ape-man Purple Lightning Official couldn't help but say. This is your villa. Purple Lightning Official has spent quite a bit of effort on it. You should have come earlier to take a look. Gold Feather Official said. Luo Feng smiled. I was busy with training, hence I only came today. Ah, so it's training. No matter what, training is the most important. The Ape-man Violet Lightning Marquis nodded repeatedly, and the other Gold Feather Marquis and the black-veiled young woman smiled in agreement. These 3 great figures said in their hearts. You, this peerless genius, should wholeheartedly focus on cultivating. There's no need to worry about the supervision work. Under the 3 tycoons' welcome, Luo Feng entered the Luo Villa. The construction of the villa only took 3 days, and the preparation for this banquet took over 10 days. The main thing was that the precious ingredients had to be transported over from other parts of the universe. Since the 3 tycoons of the Ganwu Department wanted to make it grand, giving Luo Feng face, naturally they did their best. At the same time, because the 300 Emperor officials of the Ganwu Universe country, along with other powerful undying families, were all quite far from Jade Dome Planet. Hence the invitations were sent out a month in advance, allowing the important figures to rush over. In the blink of an eye, it was already dark. The entire Luo Villa was filled with light. One couldn't even see clearly what was going on within. And on this day, many incredibly expensive universe ships stopped in the air above the entrance of the villa, after which undyings walked down from the cabin doors, entering very formally. The main hall of the banquet hall. Big brother, you stay in this resting room, I'll go receive the guests. When I need you to come out in a while, I'll inform you. Luo Feng said to Hong, placing him in a small quiet resting room. Luo Feng. Quickly come over, the guests are about to arrive. Purple Lightning Official, Gold Feather Official and Black Yen Official looked at Luo Feng. Coming. Luo Feng smiled and walked over. With 2 flashes he went from one end of the hall to the other. Today we've invited after all the important figures of the Ganwu Universe country, powerful figures, and since we've sent out the invitations, naturally we have to be polite. Ape-man Purple Lightning Official smiled. However, from the entrance to the banquet hall, there's still a few hundred km, they won't rush over, instead they'll talk and walk, it should take a while before they arrive. Luo Feng nodded. The 4 tycoons of the Ganwu Department stood at the 2 sides of the main hall. Looking into the distance, Luo Feng could clearly feel powerful origin law energies rippling outwards. Some were as dazzling as light, some were as tyrannical as lightning, some were as forceful as the earth, some were as intense as the flames. The origin laws emanated, the surrounding space began to warp and tremble. Finally, powerful figures appeared in the distance. the group of great figures from the Ganwu universe country. They were either dressed in grey long robes, barefooted with their long hair down, or in luxurious long robes, or in undying armors that reeked of blood, or riding small undying beasts, or completely covered in robes, revealing only their eyes. Some were 10 m tall, some not even half a meter tall. Some had fur all over their faces like beastmen. Some were completely bald, almost like they were made of metal without a single strand of hair. This group were mostly official level undyings in groups of 2 or 3, chatting with their good friends, pulling away from their enemies, heading towards the main hall. LuoFeng. Purple Lightning Official communicated softly, other than the 300 Emperor officials, there are other official level undyings invited to the banquet, along with some with shocking backgrounds and power. There are also a few who are closer to you, like Bushka from the Bushka family, or the god leader from the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. They may not have the qualifications, but I've invited them too.